Endo, thank you very much for joining us. The news announced today that Liam Harris is the new captain of York Knights. Just talk through the decision to give Liam the armband and make him captain from next season.
Yeah, look, obviously it's a big responsibility for anybody that takes on the captaincy role at any club at any level, and I just personally felt Liam Harris was the right fit for us going into 2024. I look at last season, and there were things that that I put in place behind the scenes. I sort of. As the year went on, sort of drip-fed him some responsibility, and it was kind of, I suppose, trying to groom him in some respects to, into this role potentially, because I knew that, I had a fair idea that Chris Clarkson potentially was going to finish up at the end of the season and etc. So, I felt that from what I could see of Liam in terms of what I saw of him at the start of the season and the growth that he made as a player throughout the year, both with his on-field performances but also his off-field sort of actions as well, and just the level of respect and trust he has within the group and from his teammates. I think that was another key factor as well, and like I said, I just felt he really not only became a real pivotal player for us on the field in that final third of the season, but he also really grew into that sort of leadership role within the group, even though he didn't have captain next to his name. So I met up with Liam in the off-season and spent some time with him and just to talk about leadership and what it looks like and what it means, and then obviously offered him the opportunity to be captain of the team in 2024, which thankfully he was up for. So because it's not for every player. Certain players, they may be a strong presence within your team, but may not want to have that responsibility. But Liam's grabbed it with both hands, and he's really excited about taking on the responsibility and obviously continuing to grow as a leader within this organisation, but also as a leader on the field in terms of his on-field performances too. So really excited to see him in the role, really excited to be working and developing him further within the role, and hopefully, like I said, he'll continue the form that he showed for us at the back end of the season, but be better again in 2024.
How important is that role of a leader? Obviously given Liam's position as well as a half-back, how important is that role on the field? Obviously, delivering the messages that I'm guessing that you guys are working on throughout the week in training. Yeah,
absolutely, and I think it also helps him with him being one of our sort of spine players, so to speak. He's going to be running a lot of the sort of game plans that we put in place, so that probably adds to it as well. But yeah, no. Again, it's important. It's an important role, but again, he won't be the only leader out there. We've got plenty of good people within the team that have leadership qualities, and and different types of leaders as well. And I think that's important, that you've got a balance of different types of leaders. And I think we've got that here at this club. So we're very, very fortunate. We've got some good people, some good players, but also some good leaders within the group. So, certain players don't need to have the C next to their name to still lead with their actions and lead with, their conviction of words and lead through, good habits, etc. So, yeah. I think Liam's going to have some really good support around him is probably what I'm trying to say there. He won't have to do it all on his own, and that's important. So
yeah. And Liam seemed to find some really strong form towards the back end of the season. Obviously, it was a fantastic run to get into the playoffs, and hopefully captaincy can take his game to another level. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, like I just said earlier, I saw the growth in Liam over the season from where he was at the start to where he was at the end. I just felt, his on-field performances improved. I felt his understanding of how we're trying to play and why we're playing a certain way, that kind of improved over the course of the season. And I thought he delivered some really strong performances for us. And on top of that, was demonstrating some of the leadership qualities that, that I was trying to develop within him and give him that little bit of responsibility through the year. And that grew and developed as well. And just felt, yep, you know what, I think he's ready to take that next step now and lead this team in 2024.